Blessings and welcome forward to Reasonings right here at Trail Life. We're on the road and we're enjoying our journeys on the road. I want to give thanks to the presence of our videographer, business partner, Brother Raman Singh and Empress Lasana here with us today, just vibing out. I want to give thanks to Sister Ruth de los Santos for being so true and devoted to the Most High God and sharing through such kindness with us here at Sealer Media and indeed with us in Jamaica. We're at the Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center and the Louis Bennett Garden Theatre. And this is our cultural home, cultural mecca, where we do the major festivals a year at a time. I once came here and did the Earth Hour concert, and it's just been pleasant memories. You know, we did a poetry festival with Yasa Safari and my old group back when we were together, and all of us was alive in here. It's just been a place that has just had such, you know, very, very good memories. And I just want to give thanks to all the people who have, you know, continued on this path, you know, sharing and making use of such spaces within our nation's heritage and our nation's history. Right now I want to talk about a particular dicey topic that I think has been knocking people up and down. There's been a rise of occultism, occultic practices in Jamaica. I know many people would say many years ago Rastafari was deemed an occultic movement or gathering. There is certain movements of revivalism or certain movement of nihilism and certain movements that have been wrongly deemed occultic. But that's for another program. But what I will say is that there are ancient practices that are retained through Christianity as we have evolved, that are practices that are more pagan than anything African, that are more bloodthirsty and blood-sucking than anything ancient. But what I'm talking about is occultic practices, no matter where it finds itself into our reality, through the modern media of the internet, through the kind of anime, cartoons, and the cartoon characters, and the high psychological information and philosophical tangents being presented in these information formats. Our children, our innocents are being bombarded with these kind of occultic information. They are in our clothing, they are in the images, they are in the embedded codes of our programming software, and yes, they're in and around the very environments we placate on a daily basis. Occultism, some may say, has always been here and has brought us the meddlings or the manifestations of the so-called information superhighway. That conjuring has brought us the kind of industrialization, industrial age, has brought us this kind of evolution through bioplastics and thermoplastics and these urethanes and these uresteins. Some would say occultism has been at the root conjuring of our societal constructs. But I say to you, yea, Christ, the source that is esoteric, not esoteric, has been the root. Before the esotericians were speaking so boldly to conjecture, configure, and then to placate themselves as the master of our societies, the esoterics who knew that Christ eternal, that knew that our divine creator has made truth manifest to those who are humble enough within themselves to but not add or take away from that which is given. So the esoteric knowledge that has brought us great religious knowledge, religious experience, religious study is God-centered in the presence of divine nature versus the esotericians and the occultic knowledge which is pervading everything. These deep conjuring, these deep projection of intent in willpower and the willingness to give oneself over unto anything that will present a recurrence of an idea that makes us feel supreme, sublime, or even divine, has robbed so many of us of a true experience. Because when godlessness fills the being, the godliness departs the being, given over unto all manner of lustings and loathings. Have you been there? I have been. So I know. Occultism in the environmental practices that is increasing the disassociate behaviors, that's pushing us further and further apart from each other. It's in what you're eating. It's in what you're thinking about. It's in the clothes you're wearing. It's in the shoes you're sliding, grooving on the dance floor, accelerating on the pedals with. It's inside your girl you love so much. It's inside that man you love so much, baby, girl, so beautiful and fine. It is all around. You're eating it at $1.99 buffet. You're drinking it down on the high-end chai and sublime tea arena aura. Ooh, so fine and flowery, sweet tasting, orgasmic. They got you in the trick. The occultism in the television programs, the movies, the songs, the signs of symbology, the lifestyles. Everyone wants to be pop culture. No one wants to be original. Yet it is original man, woman, and child, original gene that is still here, bearing up the many carnages upon reality and still giving, adding that sense of presence, a sense of it's going to be okay, a sensing, a knowing that there is a path beyond these esotericisms and these esotericians' conjurings. The modern age, i.e., the push at the end of the Piscean to push us into the Aquarian at the end of the Piscean, because we're coming through the age of Aries, the Ram, and oh my, the age of, is it 2 loaves? Or is it 2 fishes and 5 loaves? The age of Pisces into the age of Aquarian, into the age of Aquarius. Ways information is said to increase. Holy as the occultic just become alive, bolder, brighter, in the largest possible presentation, the most stupendous, the most momentous, breathtaking, rumbling stirrings of nothing but chaos. Nothing but confusion. Occultism is on a rise. Parents, I am not a control freak, but I'm telling you the truth. Watch what your kids are getting into, because you know as well as I know what we got into, even though we're so, what I call it now, we're so grown and mature to understand ourselves based upon our choices, but we knew there was a time when we were impressionable, and depending on what was making that impression, for some of us it was a little too much sex too early, or too much sexualized material too early. But is it just sex and sexualized material, or is it sexualization of certain attitudes, behaviors, certain things that are off kilter, off center, away from true nature? Isn't that what has now become the modus operandi of the new normal, the new accepted weird? Isn't it? Really, isn't it? You have to be careful now of what your children is absorbing, because we can't just say, well, I went through some stuff and I'm okay, but listen, what we went through is far removed from what our kids are going through. It's far removed from what the generations coming after will go through, because things are so far off. The occultic information and this kind of a dishonorable kind of view of reality, or this morbidity has just so filled things, and here it is becoming pop culture. It is becoming norms, ways of life now, and everyone thinks it's okay, and they say, okay, fine, this is how it is, so let's just accept it. I mean, in these few moments, I'm not some great dreamer that thinks, okay, Jerome, you can change the world by 35 minutes, 25 minutes of saying good, godly things by the word of God. I don't think my tongue really extends that far into perception. What I'm thinking is that somewhere along this way, there's always a signpost that says, this is the way to New Jerusalem, this is the way to Old Jerusalem, and that's the way to the dump. Signs are necessary. Life is one great big road with so many signs. This is just another sign along the path. And trusting based upon the information, you can judge for yourself just where this sign is pointing. Hallelujah. You can judge. I know which direction I'm pointing, and in which direction I am heading. It's about being a little bit ahead of the game, to foresee a lot of what's coming, and how it is that our comely natures have been battened down, held captive, while this wild, loose, immoral self is rampant, being fed by occultism and that kind of a free will, free-minded, loose, let it go kind of attitude that is overcoming not just our adult generation, but our younger generations and the even younger ones, because it's now nature to them that are coming after us. Even more ingrained nature to them coming after them. So I don't think I'm trying to say to you, brilliance is the way, or just be so smart. I'm saying God is the coverage. Yeshua is the coverage. I'm saying the path of understanding how your family is being on the path of protection under the Christ, under the ancestral way, under the ancient days, under the ancient of days. That's how you should keep your lives. Do not go away from what your grandmother and your grandfathers taught you and think that knowledge of great self is in some university. Specified informations are in these institutions. They are paid for profit ventures. Paraventures thereof will cost you more than just monetarily. Wasting time, being lost in the untranslatable and deep mistranslation, utter confusion. I pray you open your minds more to the esoteric. Reject, resist, remove the urge of the esoteric, to be so scientific, to be needing to be so precise in your own misunderstanding. There's a foolish dog who barks at a flying bird. And who, my brother and sister, can save his brother's soul? Oh my God, my brother, my sister, it's just self-control. Look at the environment, observe it carefully. Start out with the true nature of the divine within you, and then you'll be able to decipher the cipher. And you'll be able to see beyond these all-seeing eye, to have the all-knowing eyes of Christ in the present, the eyes of the Spirit, the heart of the Spirit in presence. Grow beyond these information that's giving momentary heights in mentality, or heights in sexual behavior, or heights in material gain, because the end result thereof, a man thinketh a way leads to a pearly and beautiful place, but the end thereof is destruction. But yet, so as a man thinketh, so is he. When we are caught up in this darkness, we become them, and hence there's no differential between us and them. And so as it is to nothingness, and to darkness, and to an absolute lack of presence, peace, because peace comes through the Most High. Love, because loves come through the Most High. So when there's absence of the divine in you, there ain't no love, there ain't no peace, there ain't no rest. Restless minds you'll be, because how could you be happy without the presence of the divine Creator? Much love, much blessings to you. Reminding myself to remind you of the utmost importance of being clear of these occultic practices behaviors, formal attitudes, informal and formal wear, formal and informal events, design structured attitudes, policies, that is nothing but perversion, coercion to the darkness. Question it with the heart's true chakra, with the heart's true lotus. Allow Christ to speak through you in spirit and truth, and you will weigh and sift. The wise is wise in his own conceit, but the fool with overstanding, with knowing, searcheth him out. Searcheth out these practices to know the deceptions thereof. Find truth, keep truth, be with Christ eternal, be with divine Yahweh, Yehoshua. Divine source, we are thankful for those who are coming forward from such darkness, never to return henceforth. Blessings for your transformation. This word, I hope, sparks something of a greater nature, of a remembrance, of a recollection of who you truly are, beyond the cloud and confusion of these occultic experiences. This has been Jerome Sage Butler at the Tree of Life on the road at Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center and Louis Bennett Garden Theatre, giving thanks and praises for the deliverance beyond occultism, sorcery, and all manner of dark sciences. Blessings be to divine Christ, reminding you that you're a gift to yourself, to your environment. Just continue to express that fathomless gift